happened to me back when our company was smaller and we had that one person, the one Betty or Bob, to the tune of $130,000 but it was death by 1,000 cuts. She didn't just take out 130 one day. It was $50. It was adding extra vacation pay. It was, at that time we had 2 checking accounts for, I don't know, some stupid reason. And she would write duplicate checks. She would write a check to the telephone company for $86, put it in the ledger, $86. On the other register, she'd write, put in the ledger or in the register, telephone company, $86, but wrote it to herself. And in the early days, forged my signature. And eventually, stupid people tricks, I put her on the bank account because I was gone all the time chasing money to cover payroll every Thursday. That it was, okay, she opened an account at our business bank, wrote her own check to herself, signed it herself, deposited it in her checking account at my business bank, and did that for years. And by the time we caught it, we started digging through all the financials. We had to request hard copies of checks, and we started reconciling, how many checks were written for one payroll, one pay item, and then we found it. She was like a serial killer where she buried the bodies half an inch below the ground. We didn't have to dig far. In fact, it was embarrassing how easy we made it for her to do that. But the moral of the story is she did go to jail, right? We prosecuted, and she went to jail. But what an eye-opener. I've said after that, Jesus Christ himself can apply to be my accountant, and I would not put him on the, as a check signer. I went from way too much trust to no, not even trust but verify, to quote Ronald Reagan. It was, I don't trust anybody. I need systems. I need systems that I trust, not people that I trust. I've been there, and I consider myself a bright guy, but when you're building a business, my attention span is everywhere else, right?
And it's the bright ones that get caught in this kind of trap. You see it all the time. And it is a major source of defalcation and a major source of business failures. And though you found 130,000, which I assume you never got back, there was more that you never found. We got back
some of it because we had a little bit of general liability that covers a small amount of embezzlement.